Hello, and thank you for purchasing a SKYMO Radio Mount. This video is going to go over part number 20109A, which fits the 2013 Plus Rams with the split bench seat that has 3 cup holders in the center section that flips down. We're going to go through a full unboxing so you can see all the components that come as part of this kit, and then we're going to put them all together and actually get a radio installed on this console that we have sitting on the bench here. So the first thing we're going to do is just open up the box and take a look at what comes as part of the kit. So this is what you're going to see. You'll have your mount base. That's this. It's labeled with the part number. You'll have a box with hardware, and then you'll have a mounting plate right here. So I'm going to unwrap all these components and lay them out on the table, and then we'll take a look at what each of these looks like. Okay, so with the parts all unwrapped and zoomed in here, we can take a look at what each of these components looks like. This is the mount base. This is the part that is custom fit to the RAM console. This is your mounting plate, so this is what you're actually going to secure your radio bracket to. We have a couple bags with hardware, and then we have an Allen key that's going to go with this set of hardware that you can use to tighten this down. In order to complete this installation, you're also going to need a 3/8 inch wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. An adjustable wrench or 3/8 inch socket and ratchet will also work for these purposes. This is the radio we're going to be using for this demonstration. You will need some sort of radio bracket to complete this installation as well. So most radios are going to come with something that looks like this. Some of them do look different though. This is not included as part of the kit. The first step in this process is going to be to secure your mounting plate to your mount base. Your mount base has 4 different sets of holes in it, and that's for some height adjustability. So depending on the size of your radio and your preferences, you can choose at what height you want your radio to be mounted. To secure the mounting plate to the mount base, you're going to use the hardware kit that has the 1/4 inch hardware. That's going to have 2 square nuts, 2 1/4 inch washers, and 2 button head cap screws. For this radio, I found that the second set of holes from the bottom is a good height for it, so I'm just going to insert the square nuts into the backside of the mount. Now, one thing I will note that can be kind of helpful, so as you can see, the square nuts dropped in to these square holes pretty nicely, but sometimes these holes up at the top are a little harder to access. So something that can help is threading a few threads of the button head cap screw onto the square nut, and then you can use that as a little handle to drop it into place, and then you just unthread the button head cap screw and you'll be good to go. So choose your set of holes and drop your square nuts in there. I like to just hold them in place on the back side so they don't fall out. And then you're going to run the screws and the washers through the front side, and you can use the Allen key to secure all this hardware together. So this is what it looks like now. Now, importantly, you're going to want to orient the mounting plate so the wings are set off from the front of the mount base. So if you can see, that's what it looks like. Now, the reason we have this bend here is just so we can bury the heads of these screws below this surface where we're going to be putting the radio bracket. Which, speaking of the radio bracket, that is the next step. So we're going to open up this bag. This has number 10 hardware in it. You're going to have 2 Phillips head screws, 4 washers, and 4 lock nuts as part of this kit. And this is where those 2 tools, the Phillips head screwdriver and a 3/8 inch wrench, are going to be used. So very simply, all we're going to do is use that hardware to secure the radio bracket to the mounting plate. And this is what your assembly looks like now. So you have your mount base, your mounting plate. Those are the 2 items that come with the kit. And then we've taken the radio bracket that came with the radio and we've secured that to the mounting plate, and all of that looks like this. And so now we are ready for the radio. So we just want to put the radio in the correct orientation, and then we can secure it to its bracket. And there we are. This is what our whole assembly looks like now. We have our mount base, we have our mounting plate, we have the bracket that came with the radio, and the radio attached to that, and we are now ready to put this in the truck. So all you're going to do is set it on the cup holder like so. It fits on the lip between the cup holder and the front of the seat. and then you press down and make sure that it is fully seated there, and you're done. That's it. And when it comes time to remove the radio from the console, all you have to do is put some upward pressure on the mount, and it's going to pop right up and off. And that's really all there is to this mount. It's pretty straightforward in terms of installation and removal. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. I really want to thank you for your business and for the order, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.